help. The carriers need help.
The
So
carriers need
TCR
help.
was the TCR. I want to go back to that real quick too. The reason the carriers chose the TCR and is what I was told. The reason that carriers chose the TCR is because the
AT&T chose the TCR, and then
it doesn't
everybody went
matter.
with it.
Thank God somebody, I hate to say this, the other choice, it was the better of the shitty choices. Okay. The other crappy choice was actually iConnective with their lockdown mentality of
Would have been 10 times the price.
and 10 times the cost for nothing. And we'd sit here and talk about that instead, saying, wait, what is the value here? And they'd create a value. And that's why the carriers were so easily convinced to do a startup as opposed to a incumbent, like a whole bunch of incumbents. Doesn't that say it all? Their own trash stunk so bad that they couldn't even stand the stink anymore. They had to go outside and get something fresh. And they did. I always called it milk, like going to get fresh milk, you know, you don't want sour milk, you're not going to go back. So they went and got fresh milk. And now everybody's yelling at the TCR. And I say one thing about the TCR. It may not do what everybody thinks it can do, but I could tell you what it did do. It put those carriers in the same playbook. It sounds horrible to say that, right? But it put them on the same page. Before that, there was no opinion. They'll never get legitimized, Verizon would say. And this will never get this. And then slowly you saw these cracks in it where that's why you saw this rush to get something out.
Well, the short code registry, that was unified, all the carriers used it, and it worked.
It's not the same. See, the short code registry, you would have to register at each, first off, you'd have to have a direct with each carrier, meaning you'd have to have that much business. So there's one barrier. If not, you have to go through an aggregator. Number two, you have to literally, there is no APIs. Imagine that. So you wonder why Twilios and all these people beat up the telcos and the WhatsApps? Because they did telco better than telcos.
Yeah.
Right? That's why. Skype, better than telco. You know, why did it take off? MySpace, better than slideshows at your house, you know, or Facebook, better than, you know, sending letters to people or whatever.